Today we are going to discuss the most important topic in inter second year, or we can be called as NCRT 12th class, that is moving coil galvanometer. It completely depends upon the Fleming's left hand rule. This is called as a central finger which represents the current direction, and this is called as the magnetic field direction, and this is called as the force direction. These three fingers are mutually perpendicular to each other in this case. So if you apply the Fleming's left hand rule on a coil which is going to rotate, then what happens? Just imagine these three fingers are always mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay, so this is going to be the magnetic field direction, this is going to be the central finger current direction, field direction, current direction, and force. Field direction, current direction, and the force. If you remember this, then it's very easy to understand. You can just see here, this is a rectangular coil which is going to rotate between the two horseshoe magnets. How they are going to rotate between these horseshoe magnets, the concept we shall discuss now here. So if you observe, this is the north pole and the south pole. The magnetic lines of force are moving towards the south pole from north to south here. So this is the current direction. You will keep the central finger in the current direction and force will be downwards. This is called as a magnetic field direction. And this side, if you observe, this is going to be the current direction, this is the magnetic field direction, and this is going to be the force direction. If you want to see in some other dimension, that this diagram will explain that direction here. So let us see. So in this side of the coil, rectangular coil, if you observe, current is downwards. Okay, so current is downwards here and field will be like this. On the other side, the current will be upwards and the field, magnetic field, will be in this direction. That's why the coil will start rotating in a clockwise direction here. Okay, so whenever the current flows through this coil is acting like a magnet and it starts rotating towards the magnetic field here. Okay, so it generally, if you observe, this is the direction of the current. When the current moves in this direction, that is the clockwise direction, then this is going to be the south pole, and the back part, if you observe, the current moves in a anti-clockwise direction, because of it the other side is going to be the south pole here, and this is the way the coil starts rotating. And once the current passes through the coil, this is a rectangular coil having n turns. Okay, and this is a pointer present here. This is going to be the north pole south pole magnet, and this is a circular rings present here. These are the terminals which is positive and negative terminals are present, and the coil is present here. This is a rectangular coil. Whenever the current passes through the coil, the pointer will move towards right direction, which is showing the current passing through the coil. If the current moves in an anti-clockwise direction, then the pointer will move to the other side. Okay, so let us see what happens here. So whenever the current passes through this coil, the pointer will move to the right side here. Okay, so that is the torque acting on the coil. What is going to be the torque acting on the coil? The torque acting on the coil is given by the formula NIAB. You all know the derivation about this. Is the basics, you can say. So torque acting on the coil is NIAB, where N is said to be the number of turns in the rectangular coil, I is going to be the current, and A is going to be the area of the coil, B is said to be the magnetic field strength here. Magnetic field strength here. So in this way, the torque is having two formulas. One formula for torque is K into 5. The other formula is NIAB. So from this you will AB by K. Phi is equal to NAB by K into I. Okay. So this is the concept behind the moving coil galvanometer. So what is the meaning of this? Phi is directly proportional to I. Phi is directly proportional to I. The greater is the current passing through the coil, the greater will be the deflection.